This is Docklow Pools, one of Britain's oldest and most beautiful commercial fisheries, nestling in the Herefordshire countryside near Leominster. With the leaves off the trees and a chilly December shower in the offing, no one can accuse us of being soft. The lake I'm fishing today is called Moby Dick Pool, which is quite apt really, because there are some right beasts in here. There's some really big carp, double figures, maybe even 20 pounds, and it's the carp that most of the anglers who come here come to fish for. But mixed in amongst all these carp is a forgotten species, a species that most of us actually love catching and that most of us probably caught when we were kids. It's the roach. There are millions of them in Moby Dick Pool. But because everyone's obsessed with using big baits like pellets and meat, for carp, the roach don't get a look in. They've been frozen out. For months and months and months during the warmer weather, they just don't get caught. But now it's December, it's getting cold, and the carp are feeding less. This gives us an opportunity to target the really big roach. So instead of using pellets and meat and corn and things like that, I'm going to be using these sort of baits. Pinkies, maggots, casters and chopped worm. These are going to be my baits for the beautiful big roach that live in here. They're delicate feeders, little dinky mouths, much more subtle than carp. So I've got to scale everything right down from the baits to the tackle that I use, and hopefully I'm going to have a great day in the cold, getting bite after bite. And let's face it, in winter, what more could you want? Now to kickstart the swim, I'm just going to put in a little bit of chopped worm and caster and put that into the swim. That'll get the fish grubbing around in there while I get set up. Now, I must admit, I've got a confession to make. When I was coming to do this feature here today and show you how to catch these roach, I wanted a helping hand. I wanted someone just to show me one of the best ways to do it. And a couple of weeks ago, I came here with England international Des Ship. Now, Des is one of the world's best coarse fishermen, and he's a real expert on roach. Now, I haven't roach fished since I was a kid with a pole. You see, I grew up on the Leeds Liverpool Canal in Wigan, catching little tiny roach like this, little fish on a pole. But like most other anglers, over the last 20 years, I've just graduated more and more to big fish, strong arm tackle, totally inappropriate for roach. I needed a helping hand, and Des came along and showed me how just scaling down my tackle and scaling down my baits to smaller, more natural offerings really would help me forget the carp, put them to one side and really focus in on the roach. He said it was easy. He said anybody could do it. He said even a noddy like me could catch some roach. Now, I'm not sure, but we're going to find out today, because I haven't fished for roach on a pole for years. If it's as easy as Des says it is, I'll be in easy street. If it's not, I'm going to make a prass of myself. I'll show you the rigs I've tied. Now, I'm going to use two rigs today. One we'll be fishing on the drop, and the other one we'll be fishing on the bottom. So let's have a look at the on the bottom rig first, because this is going to be probably my main line of attack. Now at the top end here, you've got this really soft number 5 elastic to a tiny little connector. It's a lovely soft elastic to stop bouncing the hook out of the fish's mouth. Then we come down to the line here, and this is 0.11mm Preston power line. That breaks at just over 3 pounds. It's very, very fine, a high-tech modern monofilament. Now the reason for using such a fine line is because roach are extremely tackle shy. They can spot things, and if they see something that's a bit amiss, or you've got a really heavy, thick line that's affecting the descent of your bait, they won't take it. And then down to the float, and as you'd expect when you're talking about roach fishing, it needs to be small and it needs to be delicate and it needs to show bites really well. This is a Preston Inter 3 0.4 gram float. What that means is that it needs very, very little shot to make it sit properly in the water, and if there's less shot underneath it and it's a less buoyant float, the fish will feel much less resistance when it takes the bait. Really key. You can see a theme coming out here, can't you? That when you're roach fishing, it's scale it down and make it delicate. Finesse is the art of roach fishing, not the strong arm stuff that we're used to when we're carp fishing with the pole. Going to be quite a learning curve, this.